I'm just stumbling out of junior college, just finding out that the moon is fake and I just found God. I was a young man and I was bewildered. If the moon isn't real, what else isn't real? I smoke a bowl. I fall asleep that night. Now I'm at the campfire once again. Grandfather, you have a question for me, son? And I'm like, yes. You have shown me that the moon is fake. You have taught me the lessons of the proofs the Lord is real. What else? What else is there in history that I'm not aware of? My grandfather laughs. He says, lots, so much. I will show you. I will show you. And then we're drifted back to a planet that is all purple. And that planet is the only planet that has life. He says it's Nibiru, has Anunnaki. This is 500 million years ago. They have cities, and they've just begun interstellar space travel. They are aware of our solar system. They are part of our solar system. They are in a binary sun orbit. So once in a while, they come into our orbit every 5,000 or 10,000 years or so. And they come close enough to be able to see life now that they're an advanced species. 500 million years ago. They put life on Earth. It just entered what is so-called Goldilocks zone. They seeded altered life on Mars. They put onto Mars the blue-blooded, white-skinned, large eyes, four-fingered greys. And onto where the asteroid belt is, what we will call Humanus 1, they put on humans and mammals. And that's the way it was. It was very primitive life on Earth. For hundreds of millions of years, as life evolved to a more intelligent on both Mars and Humanus 1. Well, approximately 250 million years ago, we're back at Earth, and Earth is missing something. It's missing a moon, and it shows the Dracos arriving and seeing intelligent life evolving, primitive cave-like grape on Mars, very furry Bigfoot-like humanoids on Humanus 1, and on Earth it's very primitive jellyfish, pods, insects, and some rodents here and there, some lizards. So the Dracos decide to bring in the moon, and the moon destroys all life as we know, and they do their dinosaur thing. Well, that was all well and good until Nibiru showed up approximately 4,000 years later and saw what the Dracos have done. But Nibiru, they're more manipulators than they are warfighters. The Anunnaki, they're not peaceful, not at all. So they decided to just stick with Mars and with Humanus 1 to get their resources that they needed every 5,000 or 10,000 years or so. Get their warship because they were treated like gods on those planets. So then the dinosaurs are roaming on Earth. The Greys are starting to have cities on Mars. On Humanus 1, the furry Bigfoot-like humans are starting to get cities of their own. And a meteorite comes and it's supposed to strike Jupiter, but it's just in the same time as Nibiru is also in orbit around our sun. Every 5,000 or 10,000 years or so, just the right time. And even though the humans protested, and even though the Martians protested, Nibiru, claiming their godhood, said no, this must be done to punish the Draconians for altering evolution, that it was the Anunnaki way was the purest. So they alter the meteorite and it doesn't hit Jupiter and it hits Earth and it devastates all life. Unbeknownst to Mars and Humanus 1, they also used biological warfare and a couple nukes here and there to totally tip the tide. They knew, a minute or so later, they were just going to reseed it once again, and that the Dracos just lost their planets. All was well, till approximately 10 million years ago. The Dracos, their mothership, was on a periodic 100 million year checkup when it saw the devastation that Earth lied in and how they had lost all the precious dinosaurs. You see, to the Dracos, the dinosaurs are very precious because it is a life source to them. They are clones, they're an advanced and intelligent reptilian race, but they suffer from DNA manipulation, corruption that is. It's as if you slept with your sister and they get birth defects in that degree. And the only way to cleanse themselves and to pure their DNA is by raw, uncloned DNA, not ancient DNA. The older, the more advanced, the better. And this was the last checkup that the Draconians were going to do. Their next checkup, they were going to be able to clone DNA off their newly advanced reptilian race that they had waited 250 million years for. But no, it was for naught. Now the planet was devastated, cleansed of all life, and reseeded. In anger, the Draconians took a moon-like satellite and sent it to Humanus 1. Humanus 1 were not warlike beings. They were more intelligent, seeing it better to be peace than at war. So they didn't understand the devastation they were under as the Death Star-like moon blasts away at Humanus 1 and destroys the planet in one blast. And then the moon-like planet turns to Mars and heads its way. And the only reason why Mars is still here is because they were the second target. They got hit with a fraction of the total power that this Death Star could hit with. And the only thing it did was destroy all life and eliminate the atmosphere. Life would no longer return to the surface of Mars ever again. 8 minutes later, the flash from Humanus 1 exploding is seen. All televisions, all viewing receptacles on Nibiru. Anunnaki know they're too far away to do anything and they just lost Mars and Earth and Humanus 1. There's nothing they can do about it. 1,000 or so years later, they come back into orbit and they reseed Earth, feeling sorrow. Life still slightly existed on Mars, but it is now underground. But on Earth, they replanted humans and mammals to come after the dinosaurs. With the destruction of Humanus 1, it awoke the eye of the Great Federation. The Great Federation is a collective unit of over 100 million alien races that all collectively agree on a handful of rules. One of them is you cannot destroy intelligent life. So now that Earth was shown to inhibit intelligent life, it is now under the protection of the Great Federation. Until Earth can prove itself worthy of protecting itself in a galactic way, they are under the protection and cannot be harmed. The only war that can be waged upon Earth are the recipients of Earth themselves. Every so often, Nibiru comes along and resets the human race so they don't become advanced enough to get to this level. They delight in being worshipped as gods. They delight in being able to have all the natural resources this planet has to offer. And they delight in making us think that because they created us, that they are our gods, or that they are gods themselves. What the Anunnaki do not know is that each time they have reset us, we have come back twice as fast as before. And this time, they're going to be too far away to stop us from evolving to the point where the Intergalactic Federation will deem that we are advanced enough to protect ourselves, and the Draconians will attack. The second thing is that we may have been created and seeded on another planet, and then created and seeded on this planet. That doesn't make them a god, and that does not make the Anunnaki our god. There is but one God, the original creator, who created the original formula for all of our universe to be ruled by. And in this formula, we are but a formula that we're already going to naturally evolve under the right circumstances all throughout the universe. We are just a formula created by the creator. A formula that if it's either naturally created or artificially created, it is a created formula by the creator. It is a formula with soul. So when they return, and we have defeated the Draconians from our planet and liberated ourselves finally from their reign or watchful eye there be, we'll be waiting for you, Anunnaki. And then back at the campfire. So there, son, there's the history of our planet. How do you think about that? My junior college brain, young, taught, cannot fully comprehend all that is said in this night. It will take years to decipher fully and understand all that is said. It's just awake, almost more lost than I was when I was asleep. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.